Hello everyone, and welcome back to Unbound Learners Pre-K. How are you doing today? If you're doing well, you can show me with a thumbs up. If you're feeling okay, you can put your thumb in the middle. And if you're not feeling very well today, you can show me with the thumbs down. But hopefully after circle time is over, you'll be feeling better. So let's get started. We're going to start off with our good morning song, so stretch your arms out like airplane wings. We'll fly to one side, over to the other side, back to the middle, big stretch out in front of you. Now take that circle up over your head and let's stretch to this side, over to the other side. One more time up at the top, and now let's sing together. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and flowers everyone. Good morning, dear beast and birds in the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. Good morning, friends. I hope that you all are having a great day so far. Before we get started with the calendar and weather chart, there are 3 things that we need to do quickly. Number 1, turn on your listening ears. Next, put on your thinking hats. Today my thinking hat has some snaps underneath my chin, so I'm going to snap it up. And the last thing that we need to do is warm up our hearts, like this. Boom, 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 boom. And now we can get started. Let me grab my pointing stick and I'm going to turn around so that we can go over the date together. Here's the month right up here. Yesterday we started a brand new month. Do you remember what the new month is called? September, that's right. And today is September 2nd. Yesterday was the first day of September, and today is September 2nd. And the year is 2021 or 2021. So let's take out our counting fingers. We'll just give them a little stretch. We don't have very much counting to do because the month of September just started. But let's use our counting fingers and see how many days we've had so far. Will you count with me? 1, 2. We've only had 2 days so far in the month of September. Now let's keep those 2 fingers up, but add 5 more fingers like this. Now we have 7 fingers, and we're ready to sing the Day of the Week song. If you know the words, you can sing with me. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's go down to the bottom of the chart and go over the days of the week together. If you know what the day is, after you hear the sound, you can say it with me. Yesterday was Wednesday. That means that today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday, the last day of the weekday. But let's sing today is Thursday together. Are you ready? Today's Thursday, today's Thursday, today's Thursday, all day long. Today's Thursday, today's Thursday, today's Thursday, all day long. And back up at the top of the chart, we have the season. What's the season, friends? Summer. That's right, it's still summertime where I live. And now at the bottom of the chart, we have a picture of the weather. So let's sing the weather song together. What's the weather? What's the weather? Can you tell? Can you tell? Is the sun shining? Is the rain falling? Can you tell? Can you tell? Today where I live, it's a mostly sunny day outside with a few clouds in the sky. And my temperature chart is on orange because it's warm. It's actually supposed to be a lot warmer later this afternoon, almost hot, but for now it's still warm and sunny. What about you, friends? What do you see outside of your window today? Thanks for sharing with me. Now let's move on to the letter, the number, and the sign of the week. This week, we have been talking about this uppercase letter. Do you know the sound that this letter makes? Let's do that together. What letter is this? H. That's right. This is a capital H. H says So I have something today that's not inside of the letter box, and you'll see why after I give you your clues. What I'm thinking of today starts with the letter H. Most people have two of them. They are located at the end of an arm, and they also have fingers on them. What part of your body is located at the end of your arm and also has fingers on it? Your hand! That's right, friends. So most people have two hands. One hand located at the end of each arm. And most people have 5 fingers on each hand. So 10 fingers altogether. Hand starts with the letter H. Can you wave to me with your hand? This is how you write in uppercase H. One more time. And here is the number of the week. What double-digit number is this? 14. That's right. So you have to write 2 numbers when you write the number 14. Can you tell me what number you write first? 1. And after 1, you write the number 4. 1, 4. 14. Now let's count to the number 14 together using the large bead frame. This week we're going to count to the number 14 using the large bead frame. In order to get to 14, we need 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 110. 14. There's more to count today, and it's inside of the number box. And when I open it up, I can smell it from here. I have some basil. So basil is an herb that I grow in my garden. And basil, this stem has a bunch of leaves on it. So I'm going to rip off each leaf and make a pile of them. Let's count 14 of them together. I'll start at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, halfway there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and one more makes 14. So I'll put this stem over here, but I have a pile of 14 basil leaves, which I'll definitely use in my lunch today. Earlier this week, I showed you how to say friend in sign language. Will you show me how? Let's do that together. Friend. During the springtime, I gave you a tour of my garden, and now that summer is winding down, I thought that it would be a good time to give you an update on my garden. So I have some produce right here, which I harvested from my garden earlier this morning. Let's go over what I have. So the first thing that I have is this. Does this look familiar to you? Do you know what it's called? A cucumber. That's right. So a cucumber grows on a vine. When I first pick cucumbers, sometimes they have these little prickly thorns on the outside. They're not too sharp, but I just like to rub them off. And usually every summer we get so many cucumbers that we have to make pickles with all of the extra cucumbers that we make. I also have this. Now, this is one of my favorites that we grow in the summertime. Do you know what it's called? Corn. So this is a piece of corn. On the outside, this is called the husk. So you have to rip or peel the husk down, and then as you get towards the inside, you have the silk right here. And if you keep peeling the husk and the silk away, almost there, gotta keep peeling until you get to the inside, and right here you have the seeds or the kernels. This is the part of the corn that you eat. Maybe you like to eat the kernels off and you like to cut them off, or maybe you like to eat corn on the cob. I actually like to cut the pieces of corn off and make a salsa with the kernels. So right here, I have some basil leaves. This is what we counted earlier in circle time. I love the way that basil smells. I like to make pesto with the basil. It's a type of a sauce when you blend it all together with some cheese, olive oil, a little bit of garlic, and some nuts, and you mix it with pasta. It is such a delicious summertime meal. And the last thing that I have today is this. Do you know what this is called? This is a summer squash. So usually the summer squash is a little more yellow. I think that this one had been picked a little bit prematurely or too early. But I like to cook squash and mix it with other vegetables and make a stir fry. So that is just some produce that I harvested from my garden earlier today. I also have a bunch of flowers which I picked from my garden, and that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's go check it out. For today's work, you are going to need some flowers with a long stem, a pitcher of water, a jar or a vase, a pair of scissors, and a small container or bowl. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to take my empty jar right here. This is the one that I am going to add my flowers to. So the first thing, I'm going to pour the water from this jar into the other jar. I like to set the empty one down on a flat surface, and then I use two hands and I pour the water in. When I'm doing flower arranging, I like to make sure that the water inside of the vase or jar is at least halfway full. Now let's get to work. So I have a bunch of flowers which I picked from my garden today. And as you can see, these flowers are very, very tall, and there's a bunch of leaves and just extra material that are on them, which we are going to be removing. So let's start off with this first flower right here. This is Queen Anne's lace. And right now it looks a little bit too tall to fit inside of the vase. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to snip off some of the stem like this. And I'm going to put the extra material inside of the little basket or bowl right over here. And then I'm going to put the flower inside of the vase. So the thing to remember when you're arranging flowers is to make sure that the stem is actually inside of the water, because if you want your flowers to last, you want to make sure that they are drinking the water. Right here, I have some Joe Pye weed, and I'm going to snip off some of the extra leaves at the bottom of the stem, like this. I think I'll keep the ones up at the top. And then I'll put that inside of the vase. I have some goldenrod over here. Goldenrod has a bunch of leaves along the stem with the little yellow flowers on the top. So you can use your scissors and snip off the leaves. I like to remove the leaves like this. I take my thumb and my counting finger and I hold it at the top, and then I just drag it down along the stem like this. That's a fun little trick that I learned when I was picking flowers on a farm a few years ago. There we go. Pop that in. And let's do a few more. Let's do another Queen Anne's lace. So it looks like there's an extra one popping off, which I'm going to snip off. And the other thing that I picked today, which was not a flower, but I really like to add it when I am arranging flowers, is this long stem of grass. It has this little fuzzy seed pod at the top. It reminds me of a caterpillar. But I'm going to remove the extra leaves, trim it. There you go. Pop that in. Let's see. Oh, this looks like this was an extra. Move that over here. Maybe I'll do one more Joe Pye weed. Trim off the leaves at the bottom. And add it to my flower arrangement. Friends, just like with artwork, there is no right or wrong way that you can arrange flowers. Once you have all of your materials inside of your vase or jar, you can move them around, maybe put the more colorful ones in the center. It's completely up to you. Let's get back to circle time. Welcome back to circle time, friends. Thanks for learning with me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, give my video a thumbs up, and find me on OutSchool for my live and interactive classes. You can also support my channel by checking out my Patreon page and gain access to bonus features for your child. Before we go, we have one last song to sing, so let's wave like this. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.